The weight of inaction doesn't always feel heavy. Sometimes it settles into something quieter, something that stops feeling like a burden and starts feeling like a reason. This is how staying begins to make sense, not because it is right, but because everything familiar eventually starts to feel that way. Most people don't stay because it's good. They stay because leaving requires certainty they don't have. Familiar discomfort feels safer than unfamiliar possibility. Over time, waiting becomes a habit, not because nothing changes, but because clarity never arrives first. And so the wait continues, not for things to improve, but for a feeling that confirms the timing is finally right. That feeling rarely comes, because certainty isn't a precondition for movement, it's a consequence of it. But by the time that's understood, waiting has already become the pattern. And when certainty doesn't arrive, the mind finds another way to manage the uncertainty, not by leaving, but by tightening what it can still hold. Control is often mistaken for stability. Every variable is tightened. Nothing unexpected is allowed to enter. Over time, flexibility disappears, not suddenly, but quietly, through caution. The environment becomes predictable, and predictable feels safe. But a controlled environment can only stay controlled by eliminating what challenges it. New information, new possibilities, new reasons to leave. And so control, meant to create stability, ends up creating walls that from the inside look exactly like home. And a narrowed world has a narrowed view. What lies beyond it becomes harder to measure, and what can't be measured can't be chosen. Leaving isn't just about where you're going, it's about what you're leaving behind. And what's behind you is measurable. The discomfort is familiar, its edges are known. What's ahead offers no such clarity. It asks you to trade a pain you understand for one you can't yet name. And the unnamed always feels larger than it probably is. So the mind makes a quiet calculation, not conscious, not deliberate, but constant, weighing the familiar weight of staying against the unknowable weight of leaving. And the unknowable always loses that comparison. Not because it's heavier, but because it can't be measured, and so the cost becomes clear, not of leaving, but of everything already spent on staying. It's not that things are good, it's that too much has been given. Time, effort, the version of yourself that believed this was right. Leaving doesn't just mean moving on. It means accepting that what was given won't be returned. And the more that's been invested, the more leaving feels like loss. Even when staying is costing more. The mind doesn't calculate current value. It calculates total expenditure. And total expenditure always looks significant, because it was. But what was spent is already gone. Staying doesn't recover it. It only adds to it. And yet the logic persists, because leaving means admitting that what was given to something that didn't deserve it. This is the architecture of staying. Certainty that never arrives. Control that becomes a boundary. The familiar pain that feels safer than the unknown. And the weight of everything already given. Each one a reason. Each one on its own, almost enough. Together, they become something that stops feeling like a choice and starts feeling like simply where you are.